Jackie Layer joining us now. And Jackie, the power outage is such a big concern when especially it's going to be so cold out there and continue to drop those temps.
Yeah, we do have a few spots, though, that are showing power outages. Thankfully, the number isn't as large as what it could have been when we're talking about at least 1/10 of an inch of ice or at least 1/4 of an inch of ice for parts of the area. So there are some without power in D.C., some without power in Frederick County, Maryland, and also across southern Maryland, too. However, these numbers could have been far greater when you're talking about ice accumulation like we did see, and also with that snowfall accumulation as well. In terms of the radar, though, thankfully, this system is now lifting out. Over the last couple of hours, that precipitation is ending. It's moving out, but we did have just some lingering freezing drizzle right across Prince George's County not too long ago. That's also fading away, too. So the system gradually moving out. We'll finally see drier conditions overnight. What's going to linger is the frigid cold. And on top of that fresh snowpack, on top of the fresh ice, yeah, it's going to make it feel even colder when you factor in that the wind is going to be picking up in the wake of the system tomorrow afternoon. So something to keep in mind through the overnight, in through tomorrow, and even as we look towards Tuesday morning, we could see some record cold out there. Visibility also noticing improvement with this. As that precipitation is exiting, these numbers are continuing to rise. Earlier today, we were down to about a mile or less of visibility for several hours when we were right into the thick of this system. Thankfully, now that visibility is getting better. Road conditions, not so much. These road conditions will likely not improve until we get into maybe the middle of the day tomorrow. I think once we get those crews out there to really make sure that those roadways are getting better. But we do have some areas of icy road conditions, especially when you have those darker reds popping up on the screen. That's never good. But also when you have that magenta color popping up on the screen, also never good to see that as well. So in terms of those ice reports so far with this system, we've received at least 1/10 of an inch out towards Lusby, Chesapeake Beach, at least 1/10 of an inch, also Bloomery, and then even down towards Opal, at least a trace of that ice accumulation. The snowfall reports exceeding double digits from Clarksburg to Accident in Maryland, Bloomfield at least a double digits, Boonesboro as well as Westminster about 9 inches, and then back over towards our Virginia counties. We did receive at least 9 inches of snowfall from Leesburg to Berryville, Ashburn to Herndon, at least 8 inches, and then 7.5 inches out towards Arlington, the Ballston area. Snowfall reports, though, at the airports. In case you were wondering, DCA got 6.8, Dulles 7.8. BWI, though, looks like that one was the winner with 11.1 inches of snowfall with this system. Now, no one's going to be a winner when we're talking about how cold it's going to be overnight tonight and the next several days. Temperatures out there right now, low 20s. Farther off towards the north and west, we're seeing those right now into those mid to upper teens. But when you factor in that wind, and the wind is relatively lighter compared to what we had earlier, those wind chills, 10 degrees in Frederick, single digits in Hagerstown, 12 right now in D.C., 18 for Waldorf. So beyond this winter storm, what can you expect as we look through the overnight and also Monday and Tuesday? So this winter precipitation, it is continuing to lift out. Bitter cold will remain in its wake and still will remain Monday and Tuesday. Monday, though, it's going to be frigid. Also, that wind will be picking up in the wake of the system. At least we'll have some sunshine breaking out at times tomorrow, but it's going to be tough to dig out and clean up. Tuesday, still remaining frigid, but like I mentioned, those morning lows could be breaking some records. Here's a view of Futurecast, though. Still have some clouds overnight, but at least we're drying out. Still gonna be cold, like I mentioned. Some sunshine out there to start off Monday morning, and then a little bit more of that sunshine through the day. Winds picking up out of the west-northwest. If anything, you're talking about some upslope snow showers back out towards western Maryland as we look towards tomorrow, but the rest of the area should be dry. These future wind chills, though, looking ahead through at least early tomorrow morning, single digits as you're waking up tomorrow morning, at least some double digits into the afternoon, but then really taking a nosedive overnight Monday night into Tuesday, well below zero. And we already have some extreme cold watches that'll go into effect at 7 p.m. Monday, and that will continue into your Tuesday morning. That 7-day outlook, though, remaining frigid, so that snowfall and that ice, it's going to be sticking around as high temperatures will remain well below the freezing mark.
All right, Jackie, and be sure to stay with DC News Now and our whole team of meteorologists as they continue to track this winter storm. You can scan the QR code you see right there on the left-hand side of your screen. It'll take you to our weather page, dcnewsnow.com/weather, and there you will find the current conditions, see the amount of snow we've gotten, as well as the interactive radar for what is happening in your neighborhood, plus the hour-by-hour forecast. Right.